Well, hello everybody. I hope you're all there and enjoying yourself today. My name is Brad, and I am going to tell you all about what happened to my Autel. It is an interesting story, at least I think it's a little bit interesting. And I want to tell everybody because basically everybody has been bugging me because I have been not very nice and I have been teasing this for too long. I had actually contemplated telling you guys next week to have a video next week, but you know what? I need to get this thing done, said, over with, and let you guys know what is going on. So, and I also wanted to make sure I had all the information because it actually has been going on a little bit longer than I expected to get this resolved. And right now, what I want to tell you is that I had one friend of mine who was with me when this all happened. He's hopefully going to be watching today, but we shall see. He might be working, and I guess some people are having trouble getting into the live stream, and it looks like that may be the case because I have like 0 viewers, and I had a bunch of people say that they were going to watch it, so I'm going to just double check really quick, and I can see that I am online, and I also see that there are some people watching. It's my thing that's a little bit slow. Good. So I'm glad everybody's here. So, there we go. Now my thing is checking up. So, yeah. What happened was back in mid-February, actually I think it was Valentine's Day, I was out over at Montrose Beach with a friend of mine, and I was flying over the Montrose Harbor, and I was getting some wonderful, it was a beautiful day, a little bit of wind, probably 15 miles an hour, maybe 10, 15, but when you get up there, it's even stronger. So I had this strong wind way up at the higher elevations and wasn't having any problems. We had a little bit of thing. Hey, Brian, how are you? You're the one that's been bugging me too. So anyway, what I'll do is I will answer questions at the end of this story, and I've got some other stuff that we can talk about the business and stuff too. Anyway, so I was at Montrose Harbor. I was over at Montrose Harbor. I was getting some beautiful shots. It was just wonderful, and I'd been flying it already that day. A couple days previously, I was having a little bit of problem with it kind of losing control, but it seemed to fix itself because I flew it again on a full battery and ran it for 20, 25 minutes, whatever the battery ran. And then we went over at the end over to Montrose Harbor, where again I was taking video, and I was getting these messages, and I was using my Galaxy S7 Edge, which the screen I can see the screen really well, but it's really hard for me to read the small print. And it was telling me something, and I'm not sure what it was, and I still don't know. But we noticed it was not moving very well. It wasn't controlling, so I hit the return to home button, and it didn't return to home. And I was trying to control it, and it really wasn't. I had basically no control. I look down and I see that there's actually no GPS connection. I am at 300 feet on a clear day, and I lose my GPS signal there. And I talked to an electronic engineer friend of mine who used to work on guidance systems. And let me tell you what, he said there is absolutely no way at 300 feet on a clear day without any buildings or anything around you that you should be losing GPS signal. Which that is correct, I shouldn't. So it kept going in and out of ATTI mode, and it kept getting home, and it kept losing track, and then it would get home, and it finally got to the point to where we finally got to see it. It was about 127 feet high, and I'm not sure how far out it was, but it wasn't really horribly far out. So I was just like trying to land it, but I was over a parking lot with cars and other people, so I couldn't land it there. I was just trying to get it closer so I could land it. And then it lost control one last time, and I saw it, and I'm going to just show you this whole freaking flight right here. And as you can see, it decided it wanted to go way out over the lake. It blew over the lake. Hey, Tom, glad you made it. And, yeah, guess where it ended up? It ended up in the middle of the lake, and you can see my path there where I started. You can see where when it's farthest north on this, that is when I actually got it to come home. The straight line was it coming home, and then that's where it lost, and you can see the trying to come home, and it was a nightmare. So, yeah, I lost control, and it was a flyaway. It was a flyaway, and I talked to Autel, and it took them 2 weeks to decide that yes, it's a flyaway. And then they said I had to return my remnants, and I had to make sure that I told them and they understood. And they saw that same screenshot that you saw. I mean, I sent them this so they could see it. It's like, it was gone. So I had explained to them, I'm not going to go diving for it. I can't send you the remnants, because they did agree that it was a flyaway and it was a technical problem. My electronic engineer friend said that what it probably happened, because there's obviously no way to tell because we can't get it, what probably happened is one of the cold solders on the GPS unit probably came loose. And once you lose GPS connection, you're pretty much screwed. But I couldn't control that thing to save my life. It was just the wind. It was at the wind's mercy. It was a hot air balloon with propellers at that point. So anyway, Autel agreed that it was a flyaway, and they did agree to replace it. Now, it took them quite a long time to send me all the labels and all the information, and I literally just yesterday shipped out what they needed, which what they wanted back was the case, the remote control, and the manuals and all that. I mean, they said anything that you got with the original kit minus, any accessories. So, like my extra battery I bought, that did not come with it, so I get to keep this. And whatever else, lens covers and all that. They said send everything but those accessories back to us, and we will ship you a refurbished one. So I'm like, okay, fine, a refurbished one, that's fine. I don't care. But then I bought the DJI P4P because I'm like, I need to have a drone. I'm trying to run a business here, and I can't be without a drone for a month or two. I don't know how long it's going to take them. To give you an idea of, I'm a little disappointed over their tech support. And let me tell you why. Because it took them a little long. I mean, every other time I've talked to them about anything going wrong, they were Johnny on the spot within 2 hours. This time, they took weeks to get back with me, and it took forever. I filled out the paperwork, and then it took them forever. I mean, I'd had to tell them 3 or 4 times what happened, and it took forever. And finally, 2 weeks or a week before they actually sent me the paperwork, they said, okay, we're going to send you all the labels and everything you need for UPS and the return authorization code and all that stuff, and then you'll be able to send it back. It took them a week after they sent that email saying, yes, we are going to send it to you. It took them another week to get it to me. It really kind of bothers me because, here I am. I've heard so many horror stories about DJI. I had a one bad battery that I did not buy from DJI. I bought it from one of their vendors, online on some Amazon website, and the battery was bad. They got me, and they had the paperwork and everything within 24 hours, and that thing is already sitting at DJI, and I'm waiting for the return to come back. I mean, my drone is just probably halfway to Washington at this point. So I'm a little disappointed with that, but it is what it is. It is sent out. I'm waiting for the replacement, and I've been talking to a few people because I decided, I'm keeping the DJI. That camera's too awesome to get rid of. But I talked to a few people. I think Tom also, you're here, so you can say, I forget if you said this or not, but I'm probably going to keep the Autel just as a backup, because then I would have 2 good 4K drones. I mean, granted, the DJI is far better video quality wise than Autel, but at least if something happens, then I have a backup drone. See, and Tom just said he's heard the same type of story from some Autel Facebook groups, and he actually had an Autel, and he went to DJI also. So, and he's kind of the person that I was talking to about this, and he had the DJI before my flyaway, and I've always thought about DJI, so I'm not a fanboy of either one of them. I know I sound like I am, but I'm not a super fanboy of either one of them. I like both of them. They're both good. They both have their niche market. I mean, the Autel is the market of people who want to get into a business, but they don't want to spend $1,500 on their first drone and have something like a flyaway happen. I would rather that flyaway happen with an $800 to $1,000 drone than a $1,500 drone. Granted, they're replacing it, but it's a nightmare. Autel's video quality is also not as good as this DJI because nothing is right now except for the Inspire 2 and those, when you get to a $3,000 level drone. So, the niche market for Autel are these people that are little bit more than hobbyists. Or even maybe not even a hobbyist. They want a new drone and they like this new cool thing. It's got GPS and it's very easy to fly. But I'm going to tell you what I don't like about it. I don't like how when you are doing an orbit, it seems to me, and I've been told that some of them are really smooth, but mine was very jerky when I was doing an orbit. And I can show you, if you look at any of my videos that do an orbit, that was all not manual. That was the automatic thing, and it would be a little jerky going around. I had a problem with the tilt. It wasn't a smooth tilt. There was like a little catch about at the halfway point. Just little things like that. It just didn't quite show me that. It didn't give me the confidence I needed to really go out and do a lot of high quality videos. And now I've got the DJI and I feel very, very comfortable. Although I've only flown it twice, and the second time I forgot to have an SD card in it, so I didn't even take any video. I just practiced flying it around. Now the DJI, the Phantom 4 Pro is the camera, or is the drone to have as a professional, where you're maybe not doing cinema, but you are doing like weddings, or you're doing real estate videos, or you're going to do any kind of event stuff, because it's nice and light and easy. You can get a lot of parts, you can get batteries, you can get everything for it really quite easily. It's not horribly expensive, but it's definitely not cheap. And that camera that you get is top notch. I mean, that is one of the best cameras out there right now for drones. I don't know if I have anything else I really want to say. I'll tell you what, guys, if what I'd like to do is I'm going to go ahead and open this up for Q&A time. So let's go ahead and have some Q&A. We can talk about, this what I'm going to do is I got to tell you about my business. The business, people have asked me what's been going on. As far as clients, it's slow, but I am picking up clients here and there. I've actually joined a business networking group that I should find out if they've accepted me in the next couple of days. And I'm going to be doing that, where I would literally be the only drone pilot in that group, and they wouldn't allow another drone pilot, or you're only allowed to have one person of any profession in the group at a time. So I would be the only drone pilot, and there's already a realtor in there, and there's a wedding planner in there. So look, there's two of my major markets right there, and they would help bring business my way. I would also help bring business their way. It's a referral kind of thing. So that's something that I'm looking forward to. I have actually, from my other channel, I've got some video work I'm going to go do, and I am going to use the drone, and I'm going to use the drone to get some sample footage too in about 2 weeks. And I've got to go out. Nice, you're hired. Yes, Jeff, I'm hired, definitely. I charge, let's see, to come out and take pictures of your stuff, Jeff, because I mean, my camera's a little better than yours because you've got only the P4 and not the P4P. So I'll come out and take pictures for you for, say, $50,000 a picture. I'll be right out tomorrow. Anyway, where was I going? Anyway, the business is picking up. It's going better. The networking, if that doesn't work out, if they actually don't let me join the group for whatever, I'm going to use some money for marketing and get back into it. My friend, I don't see him here. The guy that was with me during the flyaway, he does a lot of wedding videos, and what I'm going to do with him, now he also has a full-time job, and he does not want to leave his full-time job, so I'm going to use him to learn how to fly better and to learn a little bit about what to do with a video at weddings, and then I am going to use my connections to help I'm going to help him with some other things as far as business goes, because he wants to make some money with his drone, and I've got some ideas for him. I've met a lot of people that I'll tell you in a second about the 3DR. I've had a lot of people contacting me just because of this channel. I mean, Tom is one of them. Tom's contacted me, and Tom's doing a great job out in New York, not the city, the state of New York, and he's doing a lot of cool work, and he's kind of inspiring me, and I'm inspiring him, and we hopefully keep things going together. Yes, I'm expensive, Jeff. So, things are looking up. So, Tom, to answer your question about the 3DR, no, that wasn't my drone. We did not. It was, by the time we got done with that video, it was threatening to rain. It never did actually rain, but it was really wanting to rain and a little bit windy. I let him borrow my GoPro so he could put it on there, and I have yet to see any video from it because we have not had a chance to meet back up since I have unboxed the 3DR. Now, the problem, no problem, Tom. Networking, hustling, boom. That's exactly right. That's how you get the money. Anyway, so Tom, yeah, what was I going to say? Oh, the 3DR. Yeah, I some people really gave me crap about opening that 3DR. It's like, oh, it's about time. It's a little late. Blah blah. It's like, you know what? A friend of mine had a 3DR, and he said, "Why don't you unbox it?" I unboxed it. I don't get the unboxings anyway. I mean, if people wanted me to do more unboxings, fine, I'll do more unboxings. But let's go back into the business. This channel is actually becoming part of my business. I'm going to make a little bit of money here and there with this. I think I've made $20 since I've started this channel. Woohoo! Actually, that's pretty good for YouTube. But this is actually part of my PR kind of thing. So if you guys know anybody that's in the area, I don't know. It's kind of a PR thing. Anyway, it's also just kind of, I don't know how to explain it. It also gives me an outlet to show my stuff. Of course, lately I have not been able to fly because it's been way too windy, and I know a lot of us in the Midwest have seen that wind. What was it, yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday that was just howling here in Chicago. It was craziness. And then we also have, it's just been raining or cold, and then I also have to work on the weekends. The one time I actually took some time along, it was like away from my work, from Uber, and I went over there, and I went to go fly, and I was trying to take off, and I would just get the props going and say take off, and by the time I took off, the wind would just blow it over like that, and I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not playing this. I don't feel like doing this. I don't feel like wrecking my drone today. Mark, you don't get unboxings either, and people love them. I mean, what Unbox Therapy is like one of the bigger channels on YouTube. Okay, whatever works. $20 and then taxes, equipment upgrades, and paying your buddy Jeff because he's a nice guy. Oh, I get $0. Well, so do you, because that's how much I'm going to give you. Hey, I've already pimped out your Drone Flyers of Illinois Facebook page. What more do you want, man? Anyway, so thanks, guys. Now, seriously, we have a Q&A time here. You guys ask me anything about the business, about the Autel crash, flyaway. Really, it crashed into the water. And I'm going to show you guys this one more time. I'll go ahead and throw the screenshot. It hasn't moved, unless the water currents have moved it. So if you know a diver, if you want to go dive and get it, I want the SIM card back. Okay, that's all I want. It has been pulled off of the registration of FAA, so that's good. But I just want that SIM card back because it was a nice SIM card. It doesn't have anything super special on it, except for the crash into the water. I guess that would be kind of interesting. Anyway, so if anybody wants to go get that, that would be great. And if you give it to me, I'll give you $5. You get a $5 finder's fee. So you guys, if you've ever lost a drone or an expensive drone, you guys, you know how that felt. I mean, I was not happy. Not happy at all because, oh, yuck. So you fixed your camera problem with a new SD card, recording fine now. Oh, that's good. Oh, yeah, Brian, that's right. You were telling me. You were the one that was saying that you had the problem. I had this problem, too, with Autel. What would happen is you'd hit the record button, and it would maybe 3 to 4, maybe 5 seconds at the most, and it would just stop recording on its own. For no reason. The first time I noticed that, I was so upset because I was flying, I was getting some great video, and then I look on the card, I'm like, where's all that video? And then, it just got craziness. And then what I did is I rebooted everything. But I found out that just rebooting the drone probably was what did it the most. Okay, so we got another question. And I'm glad you fixed your problem, Brian. I hope that maybe it is the new SD card. Maybe that's what it was. So Mark Mooney Sr. asked, did I self-study for Part 107 or did I take a course class, etc.? Mark, I did both. I did a little bit of both self-study, but what I did do is I went to Remote Pilot 101. That's what I did. And I actually met Jeff offline and we talked, it was Monday. And I really recommend Remote Pilot 101 because the videos were fantastic. And what I had done is I went ahead and I registered to take the test, and it was about maybe a 7 to 10 day wait period. I think I was taking it on a weekend, actually. It's a Saturday or something. And I had scheduled it like on a Monday or a Sunday before. I'm like, oh, that's no problem. And this is before I even knew about Remote Pilot. So I went on and I took a practice test. and I failed miserably. And I had been studying, and I'm like, oh crap! So I got on. I found Remote Pilot 101. Paid. It was at the time. It was a little cheaper. I think it was 100, maybe 150. And I get it forever. So that's what I like about it. Went through all the videos in 4 or 5 days. I tested, or I took a pre-test, a practice test. Did pretty good on it. Went through the parts I didn't do so well, and I retook those videos, rewatched those videos, and then I retook the test, the sample test. I passed it better, and I took the sample test like 3 times the night before and 2 times the morning of before I went and took that test, and I passed the test. There were some questions on the test that Remote Pilot had no clue about, but that was still not enough to not pass. And I'm sure that they constantly update the things all the time, their videos, to keep up with the test. So you can, when you're coming up for renewal in 2 years after you get the license, you can then re-watch the videos and refresh yourself, and anything new that's coming out with it you already have access to, so that the recertification process isn't nearly as stressful. Oh, I'm sure that answered your question, Mark. If not, I don't know how else I could answer it. What else do we have? Oh, we got another question. Gary Rooney. A little more detail about your flyaway. Did you get any error message? Did you try the pause button? Excellent question. Did I get any errors? I was getting some errors, but I could not read them because the screen was too small, and the word, because I was using my S7 Edge. This is not the best thing to be using as for a drone pilot. I now have I now use this because I bought this with the drone, with the DJI, and it works pretty good, except for it's not an iPhone, so it crashes. But yes, I did get errors. The pause button, I hit the return to home. I was hitting return to home, but once you lose GPS, even if it tries to pause and hold there, it doesn't know where it's at. The wind just blew it. I mean, the wind was blowing, had control of it completely. It was, the pause button would have done nothing more than the return to home. It was trying to come home, and it didn't. It missed me as much as I missed it. Perfect. I've heard good things about Remote Pilot 101. This is from Mark. They're my first choice after doing some research. It's nice to have your seal of approval, and thank you for all your videos. Hey, Mark, I appreciate it. It's the first time I've heard from you, and I'd like to hear from you some more. That'd be great. And I'm glad you got something out of that. But Remote Pilot, again, there was another one I signed up for, and I can't remember what it was. Compared to Remote Pilot, that one sucked, and it was about the same price. And oh man, I do need an Apple device. Yeah, Jeff. Jeff, if you want to purchase me a nice big fat iPad, I probably still wouldn't use it. I might end up throwing it in the lake because I really don't like Apple that much. I know that's probably like the stupidest thing on the planet, and I'd have no really good reason as to why I hate Apple so much. But I do. Oh, hey, wow, we got 15 people watching. Awesomeness. Keep asking questions, guys. So I didn't lose control. It was the wind. Well, I could not control it. At least I couldn't tell that it was doing, when I was trying to control it, it didn't look like it was responding at all. I was trying to go down, and it was just kind of not coming down. It was just doing its thing. So I think that it just loose connections. I mean, I don't know if it was just the GPS. Maybe it was a different connection than just the GPS. Maybe it was a connection that connects GPS and something else. I don't know. I don't know how they're built. And I don't think I'm going to take apart my refurbished one until I have another second drone. Yes, Jeff. I hate Apple, and I know you know. Yeah, Jeff and I had we talked for a couple of hours Monday. It was a nice, long conversation, and this was pretty good. And then I had to run because I'm like, oh crap, I got things to do. But yeah, what else we got, man? Ask me some more questions. I like this. I like having this go on. Holy cow, it's been maybe 30 minutes. I gotta quit wringing my hands. I look like I'm a greedy little bastard. I guess I just need to. I'm not even Italian. Why am I talking with my hands? Ow. I just hit my finger on my desk. Anything else, guys? Drone related, Autel related, DJI related, P4P related. If you want to know anything, I mean, Tom has a P4P. I think Jeff's got a P4. Brian's got the Autel. Did I try? Oh, Starship. It was in ATTI mode. It defaulted to ATTI mode. That's what it said on the thing on the display. It said ATTI mode. Fly carefully, whatever, because it had zero anything. I had no control, no nothing. So yeah, it defaulted to ATTI mode, and I cried. Almost cried. I didn't actually cry. Yeah, the wind was nuts. Yeah, you live out in the burbs too? Yeah, yesterday's wind was crazy. I think that if you belong to Jeff's group, the Drone Flyers of Illinois, he posted a picture of a map. He says, "Look, my drone's over here in Maine somewhere." And Jeff, I don't know if you noticed this, but in my little post, I said that I would keep it for you. That didn't mean I was going to give it back. It means I was going to keep it. Ah, the Mavic. That's right, the P4, and you ordered the Mavic from some online store right now. It's 6 to 7 weeks. Wow, but if you went to DJI, it'd be 4 to 5 days. Yeah, because DJI is going to give their customers priority. So you've got the P4, now you're getting the Mavic, and I think I want to borrow that Mavic for about 6-7 years, if that's okay. Probably only 2 years because they'll come out with a new one. Actually, the Mavic. Tom and I were discussing the Mavic and maybe having a Mavic for doing travel stuff. You used some of the techniques you were showing in the videos. Which techniques did you use, and which one did you like the most? I'm curious to know, Brian. I love to hear this feedback. Instead of the guy that was a jerk about me being late with the 3DR unboxing, but he doesn't really bother me. I mean, one negative comment. If I can't handle one negative comment on the internet, I better just go home. Ooh, unbox the Mavic. Well, it's a little late for that one too, but that's not as bad as a 3DR. Yeah, I would. We could do that. Unbox the Mavic, and see. Like I said in my unboxing of the 3DR, I would have done an unboxing. I thought about doing an unboxing of my P4P. But quite honestly, I did not even want to set up the cameras. I'm just like ripping that puppy open and updating and and all that good stuff. Flying low. Oh, you did the flint away, fly away, and up at the same time. So you did the tilt up and fly. That's awesome. And you did the flying low. Awesomeness. I'm very much excited. Okay, what kind of response would I expect from DJI on a flyaway? Whew, that's a good question, and Tom, I don't know if you're still here, but if you could help me with that question, that'd be great. Or Jeff, I don't know if you've had any dealings with them. The only dealing I've had with DJI, and I do have DJI Refresh. I've got the DJI Care because I'm not screwing around with this. The one thing that I've had with them is that I had a bad battery, and that was a third battery that I'd purchased, and I got it, and it gave me battery error, and I talked to them very much in depth with DJI tech support, and they just said, you know what, just send the battery back, and they gave me everything really, really quick, and poof, 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 and hopefully I will have it another 7 to 10 days. So what kind of response would I expect for DJI Flyaway? I saw a guy at this. You know what? Now I can tell you because I just remembered I'd heard about this. Saw a guy on YouTube who had a Mavic Pro do a flyaway basically, and it landed in a river. So it landed in the water, and he could not recover it. It was done. But he had because of the way the Mavic app is, or the DJI app is, which is fantastic. He could send all the flight data. Autel, all the flight data sits on the drone, so even the flight data was gone. All they had was my one screenshot. So anyway, DJI took all his information, did all that. They did take quite a while to replace it, but he did get a replacement. I would say, from the best I can tell, it might have been maybe a week faster than what I'm experiencing, maybe a week and a half. So I do think they got a little bit faster, and that was on a Mavic Pro. And that was his flyaway, the same basic situation that I had. Basically, it was a loose battery or something kind of connection with him. Now, I have another question. What do I use for editing? Well, Brian, I use Adobe Premiere Pro CC. You can get a $10 a month, and you can have Adobe Premiere. and you can pay like I do. I've got like the whole suite for $50 a month. That's how I get all those cool graphics and all that stuff, is because I use After Effects, Photoshop, and all that. But and Lightroom. You want Premiere Pro, or if you want something free, if you've got a good 64 bit computer, which is what 99% of us do, except for Jeff. You can get HitFilm. It's a bit of a learning curve. It really is a bit of a learning curve. But hitfilm.com, they have a free version that will do everything you need to do. And you can pay money, like, I don't know, $200 or $300 and get the Pro version, which has a little bit of After Effects style stuff also on top of just being a good editor. But I love my Premiere Pro. You can't pull it away from me. Let's see, what does No Adventure say? No Adventure says, I just watched this and it's not a flyaway. Screenshot shows 20 GPS and attitude mode, and you had Okay, so No Adventure, if you could please explain to me how I had magnetic interference at 300 feet, nowhere near a building, on a clear day. I would really like to know, because even my electronic engineer friend who built guidance systems for missiles in the Army said the only thing he could think of, he thought, yes, you can get magnetic interference, but only if you're sitting on concrete. Now, yes, I agree. This thing says, where does it say 20 GPSs? Okay, there it says 20 GPSs. Okay, but still, it ended up in 18. Maybe that was 20 GPSs when it finally got out there. It was going in and out. I mean, you're literally seeing 1 second of this whole flight. It was going in and out the whole time. Okay, so Jeff, I have had good feelings with DJI customer service, and most people that he talks to said it was bad. You tried Adobe, it was pretty good. This is Brian. I tried Adobe, it was pretty good. I'm using Power Director currently. I know some people who use that, but I don't use that, and I don't think I ever have used Power Director. But with the GPS thing, I'm telling you, you're seeing 1 second of it. It was going in and out. Do you know what the KPS was for that day? Well, now you're going to make me look like an idiot, because I do not know what you mean by KPS. And besides, it's getting replaced, so do we really need to beat a dead horse? I'll see if you can tell me what KPS means, because I'm not really sure. I mean, the weather was fine. I mean, it was a little breezy. Probably at higher altitudes it was a little windier, because that's the way the weather works. Super sunny. Beautiful day. My friend was flying his Inspire 2 just fine. His son was flying a P4 a little bit. And we were also flying 1 mile down the street beforehand without a problem. Solar activity. Thank you very much. The solar activity, no clue. I really couldn't tell you. But like I just said, I had other people flying drones around me. And I also flew earlier, like 20 minutes earlier, with that same drone. Didn't have any problems, and we were about a mile and a half from where we were at that spot. I did have an issue 2 days before with it doing something similar at a low altitude. I would get it up, it would hover, and then suddenly it would just start floating back, and I had to ditch it. But it ditched into mud, so it really didn't hurt anything. Okay, so Tom also agrees with Jeff that DJI customer service has been top-notch with them also. So my thing, Starship, is that everybody, as far as me and Autel, like the 3 or 4 people that talked to Autel customer service, they said it was a flyaway, and that's the way it is. Was Autel any help? No, they weren't. They basically, Kitty Hawk app is good. Okay, Autel basically said, yeah, it flew away. We'll give you a replacement. It's a refurbished unit. Kitty Hawk app is good from Tom. I will have to check that out. I have not used other apps other than the DJI app, and we'll give it a try. Did you ever do a range or speed test with the Autel? I was thinking of getting it as a backup. Raising the bar. Hey, Carl, how are you doing? I did not look at the speed, but that thing was flying. I do believe it topped out about 33 to 35 miles an hour, and it hauled. It moved pretty quick. Range test, I did get about a mile out a couple times. and then it would come back because I went too far away and said I lost connection. As a backup, it's a decent backup. It really is. You can get them for what, $700 or $800 right now, something around there, and it's a good backup. And that's what I'm gonna get. I'm gonna get my refurbished one, and I'm gonna use it as a backup. Got any more questions, guys? Oh, we're losing people. They're losing. We're gone. Hey, I appreciate you guys all showing up. I was figuring I figured this live stream out of all of them would probably get some people showing up, and I really, really like that. So, Carl, I hope I answered your question. Like I said, I didn't really go too well. I went top speed, but I never really looked at the speed I was going. I was actually watching the drone hopefully not hit a tree. Well, of course, I was at 200-300 feet, so it wasn't going to hit a tree. Anyway. It moved pretty good. It moved really well when the wind blew it into a lake. That was awesome. But yeah, it's a good backup. I would definitely get it as a backup. Mark Mooney Sr., what app did you on your Galaxy to capture that screenshot without the Autel flight info? That app, yeah. Let me see what that app is. I'm going to tell you in just a second because that is a good app. Actually, no, you don't. All you need to do is you need to, that's the standard app. You just kind of, and it takes a picture. It just took a picture of my screen. That's all it is. It's that. How much for, Gary's asking me, how much for a refurbished one? I don't know. I haven't bought a refurbished one. You could, I'm sure they have them online. I'm on their website. Jeff, AirMap is a great ref for airspace. Ooh. Yeah, I speaking of airspace, Jeff, the new update of the DJI, I haven't flown it. I just updated it this morning for the new firmware, the 1.03.0418, whatever it is. Who cares? That's supposed to update the app about the airspace because, like I said before, and I haven't tried yet, it said I could fly in my living room when I know that I'm in airspace. I'm not flying here even if it says I can. So I'm just kind of interested to see what that goes. Okay, no adventure. Sorry, just come. GPS module is not soldered connection on the main board. It's a plug. The magnetic compass has most likely failed. That's why it switched to attitude mode. Thank you very much, No Adventure. I'm glad you cleared that up. That is probably exactly what happened, and I appreciate you catching up and finding that out for me. And thank you very much. And Mark says, thank you. Carl, Racing the Bar, says, was that the first issue had the Autel? I was late checking in. Oh, and you're also looking at the Unique Q500. The Unique Q500, Tom's got one of those. And Tom, if you want to put your 2 cents in, I think you've got the Q500, don't you? Or do you have the other one? Anyway, the other issue I had with the Autel was the choppy yaw, and it wasn't that smooth of a yaw. And also the tilt had some issues. I did have a problem when, and who was the other one on here? Brian. He said that he had the same problem, that sometimes when you were taking video, it would just stop taking video. And you know, you're kind of screwed at that point. And you could start it again, but it would only take 3 to 5 seconds of video before it would stop. And you basically had to land it, reboot the whole drone, and sometimes the app, but not really the app so much in the remote, but the drone, you'd have to reboot it and then fly it up. I actually had to do that twice one day, so I wasn't too thrilled with that. But you know, DJI is not without its problems. I mean, I've had the problem with the third battery not working, just getting battery error. You know, the app crashing on my Android device, which is just ridiculous. It's like, it shouldn't matter what device I want to use. Don't push Apple on me. Again, I don't like Apple. So if, the Unique Q500, I haven't decided if I don't know if I'm going to go that way, but I know that Tom had a Unique. I don't know if he still has it. I don't know which version he had. And I did not get a refurbished one. They are sending me a refurbished one to replace the one that I lost, because I bought a brand new one, non-refurbished. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think I'm going to fly this one anywhere near water unless it's absolutely necessary. I'm actually still scared to fly my DJI anywhere near water, and I know it's probably fine. And I was flying the other one all over the place. People were looking at me like I was crazy, and I'm like, it's fine. And then it blows it, then it crashes or flies away, whatever you want to call it. So we're losing people. It's like we're hemorrhaging people, or we only got about 7 people. But hey, I'm thrilled. This has been a fantastic conversation. Any more questions? Any more before we wrap this up? Because I'm more than happy to sit here. I actually expected to be here for up to an hour. We will probably cancel and not do this after we hit close to 6:30 if we're still chatting then. But yeah, I love having this interaction with you guys. It's a lot of fun. And I know, let's see, we got Jeff is in the area, Brian is in the area. I know Tom's not in the area. Who else is in the Chicago area? Because I've got one of the businesses, if the business networking group goes the way it's supposed to go, I may need some FAA licensed pilots. So I want you to work with me. I'm really impressed with my Mavic so far. It seems to be a really good drone. Just need a backup. You know, this would not be the Autel would not be a bad backup to the Mavic. I think the Mavic is awesome, and I just got notification that I'm into the network. Awesome. Yeah, I think it'd be a good backup. Of course, another Mavic would be a good backup too. Okay. So Jeff is asking, has anyone done a live feed while flying? Now Jeff had done this and sent me this message. We stopped your live video at 3:18. Yeah, I tried it once with the P4P, and it didn't even work. Did not even work. So what? It said content that belongs to DreamWorks Distribution Rights Manager? That's crazy. Did you get insurance on the new drone and you're in Bartlett? Okay. Insurance as in I got DJI Refresh Care. Yeah, so if something happens, they will replace it. I need to get the pilot's license so I can start to sell B footage. Yes, and I will have a video on that because I do that. I do a lot of B-roll. I do, and quite honestly, with the Autel, I don't think the quality was quite good enough. Something just didn't work out really well with it. I don't know. I've got a lot of B-roll up there, and I want to get more. The day that thing did my flyaway, I was getting some of the most beautiful shots of Montrose Harbor, empty, with some just like little ice patches. And of course, my friend Ruel, he got all that same footage, and he made a video. And anyway, yes, you do need to get that pilot's license, Brian, and I highly recommend that you. And I'll make a video on that. That's one of the things that I will be doing, because I've been doing B-roll even before I had a drone. And the insurance on the new drone, I will be getting even more. Yes. Right now, I'm literally just flying at Horner Park and in a wide open space on not windy days. So if it crashes, it will be their fault. Did I have the premium? Yes, Brian, it was the X-Star Premium, top of the line Autel. Well, next to their Kestrel that they haven't put out yet. Yes, that's what I had. Carl, I did a feed with my Phantom 3 Standard and went smoothly. State Farm will cover your drone as well. Yes, I actually, in the networking group, there is an insurance agent there who's very interested in talking to me. And Jeff, I agree with you. How can your personal live flight, not fight, I knew you meant flight, belong to DreamWorks? I'm thinking that maybe there was something, maybe because of the neighborhood you were at, it looked like something. I don't know. I would definitely be messed up. I don't know. That's just wrong. And was that Facebook? Was that DJI? Or because that wasn't here on YouTube? So was it Facebook giving you that message, or was it DJI giving you that message about DreamWorks? Sorry, why don't I read? It says Facebook gave you that message. Yeah, I would be sending Facebook, I guess, support at facebook.com, help at facebook.com. What the hell are you doing at facebook.com? I'd send them an email saying, whatever, and how to send an email message, whatever you got to do to get a hold of them, and ask them what's going on. Yeah, Facebook through DJI Go. That's what I thought. And I try to do Facebook, and let me tell you what, I don't know if it's my internet connection that I have for this or what, because it would be like less than about 2 or 3 frames of movement, and then 3 or 4 seconds or 10 seconds of nothing, and then that would repeat that through ad nauseum. So it didn't work very well for me. And I'm glad maybe the Phantom 3's just software is a little better. Who knows? Who knows? What else we got? Let's see, I think I've gotten through most of these. 7 people still watching. That's cool. So we got people in the Chicagoland area, but with my networking group that's going to be going on, if I'm going to get a lot of work, you may be either flying my drone or I may have you fly your drone and take pictures or whatever. And I'm looking at possibly, the choppy video. I watched yours, Jeff. I saw that. It wasn't horrible. It was much better than mine. But I want to take people. I want to help people get some work. I'd pay you to go do a shoot either for Realty, maybe give you some training on what I'm looking for exactly, and maybe doing some weddings and some other stuff, whatever work I get. If I am not available because I'm doing some other work somewhere else, I may need to book other pilots. And that's part of what this channel is about, is to keep me in with pilots because, we all need to stick together. And what I want is, if you guys are interested, if you're in the Drone Flyers of Illinois group, or if you want to just email me on YouTube, bdsimo@gmail.com. I believe you can just shoot me an email or a message on YouTube, or find me on Facebook. Contact Jeff, contact whoever, whatever. Get a hold of me. And if you're in the Chicagoland area, definitely keep in touch with me if you've got your FAA license, or if you're going to get it and you're dead serious and you want to make money with drones. Jeff is already on my list. And Carl, you can be on my list if you want. You have a P4 and DJI 4 Pro, and you use Litchi a lot. Litchi. So you were the one telling me about that. I'm going to have to use that. I'm going to have to look at that. But also use... So we got Litchi, and then what was the one that Tom told me about? Let's scroll up. So that's the beauty of this. I can just scroll up. Tom, where is it? Oh, Tom has the Breeze. Okay. And he's looking to sell it. Yeah, Tom will sell it to you. Chuck. Oh, I didn't see Chuck. I still don't know why drone makers can't figure out what causes flyaways. I read the same thing on every forum. Chuck, I know. I've heard they've gotten better. I mean, the DJI 2, the Phantom 2 was notorious for just going away, on its own, saying bye-bye. Autel is better than the DJI Phantom 2, I assume. I know DJI's Phantoms have gotten better over time. So, those are things that flyaways are going to happen. I feel that, redundancy has to be built in. Like the new M200, M210, they've got the redundancy of the GPS and all that. They've got to build that redundancy in to make them more stable. Or they just have to make them not fall apart when they're flying. Not shake the connections loose. They have to figure out some fast manufacturing process, because they're not going to do something that takes 30 minutes to make it better, because that's not cost effective. So they've got to come up with some sort of process that does a better job of connecting these things when these things are being constantly, got vibrations going on all the time. I mean, that's the nature of the beast of a drone. You got 4 to 6 to 8 props spinning. It's just going to vibrate the crap out of things. So you just got to have something that's really, really good and well connected. So I agree with you, Chuck. I would like to see them come up with a better manufacturing process. I'd like to see them come up with more redundant systems, because, like I said, the M200. I think does the Inspire have? I think the Inspire has the redundant ones, the redundant chips. Kitty Hawk, that was the app that Tom had mentioned. So I got to look at Kitty Hawk and Litchi. So those are the 2 apps I have to look at. I'm not going to download them right now because we're doing this thing right now. Anything else, guys? Love to hear from you. Now, we got 9 people. We're going to go for another 10 minutes. I'm going to cut you all off. Even though it's been a wonderful conversation. That's what I like about this. This is fun. And I do know, you guys probably know this, but I was testing the delay earlier. From the time you guys actually type something in to the time I see it, It is actually about 10 to 15 seconds. Ooh, Brian, Tom, jump on it. He wants $20 billion, and I get 90 billion of that commissions. Do the math, it doesn't work. Yeah, I should get a commission, Tom. Oh, hey, another thing. I mean, I'm going to pimp myself a little bit more while Tom gets his price out for the drone. What's the name of the network group? Oh, the networking group. It's BNI networking group. You can only have one drone pilot in the one group. I'm in for some work. Okay, Brian. Brian, are you in the Drone Flyers of Illinois or the Chicago RC group? If you're in either one of those groups, you have a way to contact me. You can either use Jeff. Leachy is $25 or close to it. Okay, thanks, Leachy. Or thanks, Jeff. Anyway, just go ahead and get a hold of me through one of those groups, or write this down. Here, actually, I think I might be able to do this. Let's try something here. We're going to try something new. Oh, this might actually work. You might be seeing this. Let's see, is that correct? Yeah, that's correct. And what we do is we go, woo! There. You can email me there. You want, and then we'll keep in contact. We may or may not have much this weekend, or I mean this summer. My goal is to be really, really busy this summer, and I want to be making a lot of money. Another thing I do, and if you know anybody that can help me with this, it'd be great. A guy in South Carolina actually started this or got me this idea because he's a realtor, and he's got like a P3, and he went ahead and sent me some video clips, and then I edited them for him, and I charged him $50, and I sent it off, and it's a 1-minute video, final video. He sent me about 2 to 3 minutes and 4 minutes of video clips, some pictures and stuff, and then he sent that all to me, and then I put together a video in, it took me a little under an hour roughly, and then I sent it off back to him, and I had to do it one time, I had to remake it once, and then he would love the second version, and we've been doing a lot since then. So if you guys are like Tom is actually thinking about selling this as a service to his clients, and usually the kind of client is going to be a higher end home. The guy down in South Carolina, I think the minimum home is $500,000, so we're not talking small homes, and every one of his has had some kind of golf course. So I don't know if it's the same golf course or what, but they all have some kind of golf course video on it. So Brian, I will definitely talk to you about some work. You got my email. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pull that off for right now. Anyway, so I'm going to do editing, and my goal is just the same thing I give this guy. $50. I'll give you a 60-minute video or 60-second video. 60-second video, just like, and Tom Tom asked me some great questions earlier today, like what kind of video footage do you need, so I can I can create a solid list and say these are the shots that are the best for me to edit into a fantastic video, and I color grade it, I make it look beautiful, I make the colors get really pretty, and like I showed you in my last video, so it's great. Mark, hey, thanks again for taking the time, Brad. Good conversation, gotta fly. Hey, go fly, man, but fly safe, take care. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So anyway, guys, it's getting that time. I'm gonna roll this up. I'm gonna be done. I'm starting to babble. I think you guys got all your questions answered. I truly apologize for not doing this video earlier. I wanted to make sure that everything was gonna work with the drone going back, and I sent it back. And when I get it back, maybe I'll do an unboxing of a used or a refurbished Autel. I doubt it. But we might do a Mavic Pro coming up soon. So what do I have to tell you guys? Yeah, if you want more stuff like this, like, comment, share the video. If you definitely subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this and more tip videos. And I do, when I actually can go out and fly, I do create nice, beautiful videos of the drone footage. Take care, Starship. Thank you very much. And take care to, sorry about that, getting antsy here. And take care to everybody. I want to say thanks to Tom, Jeff, Starship, The Adventurer, Brian, Carl, I see you're there, Chuck, and Mark. Mark's already gone. And everybody else, Gary. See, look at that. I'm going through everybody that I can remember. You guys all have a wonderful day. Thank you again, or wonderful evening. Thank you again for showing up. And just remember, fly safe. And until next time, bye. Yeah, you're loving that, aren't you?